and welcome. You're watching Breaking Views with me, Sanket Upadhyay, a show where we get you all the views so that you get the complete picture. Now today, something interesting happened after the point that was made by MLAs on Sunday, which was seen as an open and a massive revolt in the Congress ranks in favour of Mr. Gehlot against Sachin Pilot on a possible change of Chief Minister in the state of Rajasthan. While all of that happened, Ashok Gehlot came and met the Congress President, Sonia Gandhi, and this is what he said. Let's put that on screen right now. He says, "I have expressed my apology to Sonia Gandhi. I have held different positions in the Congress over several years, but this is the first time this has happened." He's talking about the rebellion in the ranks. "This has saddened me. I will not contest elections under these circumstances. Sonia Gandhi will decide whether I stay Chief Minister or not." Unquote. And then he walked off. Basically, he said that it really saddens me and upsets me that I failed to pass a one-line resolution in the Congress legislature party authorizing the Congress President to take a decision on the Chief Ministership. All of this has happened. But the point is it as simple as it looks? You see, let's quickly take a look at the different shades and hues of Mr. Ashok Gehlot. And we are calling this the Ashok Khela, the Gehlot Khela. On the 23rd of this month, what did he say? He says, "I have to contest." On the 25th of September, 2 days later, he says, "Time will tell what I will do." A step back. On the 28th of September, he says, "This is an internal matter." By then, the rebellion had happened. And on the 29th, he says, "I apologize, I will not contest." So from "I will contest" to "this is an internal matter," "time will tell what I will do," to eventually "I apologize, I will not contest." It appears as if there is some sort of a Gehlot playbook. Now, what is that playbook? Take a look at the sequence of events, or as they say, chronology. What is the Gehlot playbook? Perhaps study material for young politicians on what to do when in a time of crisis, even internally. So, number one, a revolt. Now, we are not saying that he engineered it, but there was a revolt on Sunday. Number two, distancing from the revolt. I had nothing to do with this. I don't know what these guys did. I have nothing to do. Number three, an apology for the revolt. I'm really, really apologetic that something like this happened. And that too under my watch. Number four, because of all of this, you opt out of the Congress President's race, which was in any case a crown of thorns. But by doing this, what has Mr. Gehlot done? Let's flip the page of the playbook. He has ended a vacancy for the post of Rajasthan Chief Minister, because now he doesn't have to vacate. Now he is not contesting for Congress President. But he has authorized the Congress President to take a decision on whether he should remain the Chief Minister or not, thus putting pressure on her. You see, the only reason why you wanted me to go was because I could have possibly been the Congress President. Now I'm not being the Congress President. So the question becomes redundant. And in effect, could this potentially mean that Sachin Pilot and his plane of ambitions has to even now taxi on the runway and not take off, and he's out of the CM race? Could this be the Gehlot playbook? And will things move according to this playbook? Because you know what has happened right now is that Sachin Pilot is now also meeting Sonia Gandhi. She's supposed to decide. KC Venugopal says that she will decide in a day or two. So has this, or is this a situation where Gehlot has gone by his playbook? Perhaps, one does not know, as there are indications, engineering a revolt, then apologizing for it, creating a situation where then he resorts or resolves the situation, and then eventually continues as Rajasthan Chief Minister. And by doing this, in the Gehlot Khela, has he trumped the High Command? Or is it the other way around? See, this is very interesting. Or is it the other way around, where the High Command will now not have any trust in Mr. Gehlot? having thought that this is a guy who can go against his own. He can trump, he's using the loyalty card, Mr. Ashok Gehlot. All sorts of possibilities being discussed. But could this potentially be Mr. Gehlot trumping his own high command? That's the question of our discussion right here. Before we go any further, let's listen in to the different shades or the different voices of Ashok Gehlot.
डेट तो मैं फिक्स अप जाके करूँगा, पर मुझे ये तय है कि मुझे कंटेस्ट करना है। वो तो समय बताएगा कि मैं किस पद पे जाऊँ या नहीं जाऊँ। घर की बातें ये इंटरनल पॉलिटिक्स में चलता रहता है, ये हम लोग सब सॉल्व कर लेंगे, मैं आपको कह सकता हूँ। पर अब क्योंकि कल परसों की वो घटना हुई है और मेरी मॉरल रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी थी कि वो प्रस्ताव पार होता, तो मैंने तय किया है अब मैं इस माहौल के अंदर चुनाव नहीं लड़ूंगा, ये मेरा फैसला है।
मैं इस माहौल में चुनाव नहीं लड़ूंगा. So he has in a way, in effect, eliminated this vacancy for the position of Rajasthan Chief Minister. But the point is, will the Congress go by what could possibly be this Gehlot playbook, or do they have their own playbook where the High Command and its writ runs large? Listen in to what the General Secretary Organization of the Congress Party, Mr. K.C. Venugopal, had to say. He says, he repeats that the High Command will take a decision on who will be the Chief Minister in a day or two.
Mr. Ashok Gehlot said that he is taking moral responsibility, he is not contesting.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility now Mr. Ashok Gehlot continuing as Chief Minister of the state, or because he is left it to Congress President?
That decision Congress person will take within 1 or 2 days.
So there is a possibility of him resigning before that?
No, I cannot say anything. That decision of Chief Minister of Rajasthan will be decided by the Congress President within 1 or 2 days. That's all. Okay.
All right, let me introduce our guest, Aarti Jairat, senior journalist, Tehseen Poonawala is a political analyst, Lalita Kumaramangalam, member of the BJP, and Dr. Shipra Mathur, senior journalist from Rajasthan. We'll also be joined in by Mr. Vivek Bansal, is a Congress leader, who will join us in just a short moment. We'll begin with you, Dr. Mathur, first. How do you look at what has happened? I mean, we all know that Mr. Ashok Gehlot was a magician and he can pull out a rabbit, and he has done that in favor of the Congress party. But what stops him from doing it in his favor, against his party?
Sanket, what I see is that, right since he became Chief Minister, the friction has persisted. The friction between Pilot and Gehlot has persisted. Now, I think that apprehension throughout his tenure has given that inconsistency of, his inconsistency in operating, the way he has been miscalculating his moves. So I think this was a terrible miscalculation on his part, because as we all were perceiving that his way to become AICC chief was very clear, and there was a strong possibility that he'll be joining in there, and the seat of Chief Minister will be taken over by somebody, maybe Pilot or whoever is, the Ala Command decides. But now I think this miscalculation has given a way that, Rajasthan politics is going to be even more tricky. And because Gehlot has lost a chance, because tomorrow Digvijay Singh and possibly Tharoor, as we have heard of as of now.
But, has he lost a chance, Dr. Mathur? Or is this a situation where he never wanted to go and he is wriggled out? Taking a high moral ground by apologizing also.
See, whether he'll remain Chief Minister or not, I think this we cannot. I think we cannot announce it as of now, on our behalf. But there is a strong possibility that there could be a third option in Rajasthan, because he has lost. He has lost
third option as in? Third option as in someone apart from...
someone other than, Gehlot and Pilot. That could be a possibility.
So, Channi model.
Because the friction between the two has been the main reason. And in 2024 elections, if this friction persists, there is a strong chance that, Congress is not going to gain, in its favor. So I believe that, the kind of faith he had built, and the way he has lost, the kind of challenge he posed to the AICC chief, has not gone in his favor personally, because if he continues to be the Chief Minister of Rajasthan, that is in a way his victory also.
Okay.
So I think the AICC chief would not want to send this message that despite all this chaos that was led by him in a way, he would still get a chance to remain
from what you are saying, Dr. Mathur, Aarti Jairath, it appears as if this is classic Channi model all over again, this time in Rajasthan. But you see, Gehlot ain't no captain, and Sachin Pilot ain't no, who's the other guy? I forgot. Navjot Singh Sidhu. And should we say there ain't no Channi in Rajasthan?
No, absolutely, Sanket. I am so surprised that the High Command did not learn its lessons from Punjab, because honestly, the whole thing is playing out again in Rajasthan, and it's amazing that they've made the same mistake. And I disagree with the previous speaker. I think Ashok Gehlot has got exactly what he wanted. I don't think he ever wanted to contest for the post of president. I think you were the one who called it crown of thorns, and it is definitely a crown of thorns for whoever becomes the party president, because as we all know, the party president will be basically a proxy for the Gandhi family. And I think Ashok Gehlot really did not want it.
Let me tell you what Digvijay Singh has said. Let me tell you what Digvijay Singh has said, Aarti Jairath, to that point where you say that eventually it will be the Gandhis. Digvijay Singh in an interview to NDTV says, Nehru-Gandhi family will remain leaders of the party. President will work under the guidance of the family.
So that proves my point, that, you know, the party president will be, I'm using a nice word, a proxy for the Nehru-Gandhi family, and really will not have powers of his own. So I think Gehlot really did not want to leave Rajasthan. He was very happy where he was. He may have lost out a little bit in the sense that it may be difficult for him to continue as chief minister now after what has happened, the rebellion and so on and so forth, and the fact that he's now come to Delhi and has had to prostrate himself before Sonia Gandhi. But I think what he has effectively done is he has blocked Sachin Pilot. And
for the moment, we do not know whether this is, see, KC Venugopal says in 2-3 days we will decide. Sachin Pilot is meeting Sonia Gandhi right now.
I don't think after the kind of rebellion and the numbers that emerged in favor of Gehlot, I mean, of course, I can never tell with the Gandhis, because after what they did in Punjab, they're quite capable of making that same foolish mistake again.
So you feel replacing Gehlot will be a foolish mistake?
No, I'm saying putting Sachin Pilot in would be a foolish mistake.
Why?
Because Sachin Pilot doesn't have the support. He doesn't have the numbers, you know.
But he says, I did the spade work, I did all the hard work, going on the ground, winning this election.
But in the end, when the time came to, you know, nominate him or elect him at that party meeting,
the MLAs chose Gehlot.
90 MLAs, you know, supported Gehlot. How many did Sachin Pilot have?
But would you think that these Aarti, do you think that these MLAs acted of their own volition?
No, obviously not. I think they were set up to do it by Gehlot, but the very fact that he could command that many number of people
means
he has that support.
Okay.
And if you go back to the time that Sachin Pilot revolted, even then he never had more than 20-25 MLAs with him.
Sure.
Which is why, you know, the government...
Okay, before I come to you, Tehseen, Vivek Bansal, Congress leader, is now also with us. Mr. Bansal,
I have me on the show.
Mr. Bansal, can you hear me? Yeah, Tehseen, I'll just come back to you.
Yeah.
One moment. Vivek Bansal, either Mr. Ashok Gehlot has trumped the High Command by deploying some sort of a playbook that first engineer a rebellion and then feel very sorry about the rebellion and then basically opt out of a bigger contest because there was a rebellion and then go back and occupy the position that you always wanted to, Rajasthan Chief Minister. Or, as many analysts are now saying, that he has shot himself in the foot. Because in Congress party, you can't really stand up to the Gandhis or basically play dirty with them. You won't survive, Mr. Bansal.
Well, whatever thing is being imputed to him, I would say that definitely some flip-flop was there. But to speculate that it was basically a Machiavellian actor, I just can't, unless and until I have some solid thing to substantiate that it was done at his behest or on their own volition. The MLAs were feeling insecure. That is a moot point. So to say to pass a verdict, I think at this point of time would be premature. Let the things unfold in times to come, and then we'll be in a position to say something with surety and with conviction. So here I would like to say that it is just we are left, unless and until things come from the horse's mouth. Definitely moves are there which leads to some speculation, but this speculation is just speculation. That's all.
Okay, Tehseen Poonawala, your views.
Let me just what the previous speaker said. Let me just shed this faster than what a shredder sheds paper. Look, not Vivek Bansalji, the ones who are criticizing Congress. 3 days ago, I was on your show. And 3 days ago, I was guaranteed that this is over for Rajasthan. And I told you the Rajasthan government is not falling. You were, Sanket, hosting it. So all of these analysis, I feel sometimes are so analysis that we want. This is how the Congress should shape up. So we do these analysis. Oh, the Congress is falling. Oh, the Gandhis don't understand. Oh, the Gandhis have made a mistake. It was a massive mistake removing Captain. Oh, the Gandhis are repeating this mistake with XYZ. Please, Captain went and joined BJP. Not just Captain, Sunil Jakar went and joined BJP. The Gandhis, if followed the MLA's advice to remove Captain, did a good job and should have done it 6 months earlier. Otherwise, Congress, which is the opposition in Punjab, would have got even lesser seats than the BJP. Let's make it very clear. All MLAs voted to remove Captain. See, we have to understand how Congress functions. In the Congress, there is, yes, the Gandhis and there is the so-called high command, but there is also the wish of the MLAs, and the MLAs like a consensus to be built with the high command. Now, this is a model of consensus that has been working very well for the Congress, as Mr. Bansal will articulate very well.
Then, Tehseen, MLAs want Mr. Gehlot. MLAs don't want change.
No. The MLAs have said, and they've said so on NDTV, and I've been on panelists with MLAs who have called from Gehlot camp, so-called Gehlot camp, that all of them are equally with the Gandhis. They want their decision to be taken and conveyed directly to the Gandhis. That's all they want. This is being spun as some sort of a googly.
We all heard many MLAs come out, and yes, Ms. Lalita, I'll come to you.
But
many of these MLAs came out and said that those who led a rebellion in 2020 against their own party, you can't give them power.
Fair point, and I'm never going to dispute that. And that is a democratic right every single Congress member has. Here is Mr. Bansal from the AICC. He can walk up to Mr. Gandhi and say, I don't agree with this. Now listen, Ms. Lalita wants to come into this debate. I want her to come in, but she also must answer my specific question. I know for a fact, and I'm saying this on record, the Chief Minister of Gujarat was watching NDTV or one of the news channels, and on TV he heard he's been kicked out as Chief Minister. And his secretary called up journalists in Gujarat. Am I still the Chief Minister? I've been kicked out. How 2.5 men run this country? The Congress does not run like that. It works with a process called democracy. It's 101. And please stop putting Delhi spin on Rajasthan, Punjab. The Gandhis were correct in Punjab.
So by your logic, one moment. You're saying Delhi spin should not be put. Okay.
Never.
By your logic,
Rajasthan is a unique state. It's a
every
state within
is
itself.
Unique,
every state, but Rajasthan politics. But Rajasthan politics, you have to understand that in Rajasthan politics there's a sense of consensus. Rajasthan, even between the Congress and BJP, there is at a level a consensus.
I'm just saying that here were the MLAs who either were told to enter into a rebellion or did it of their own volition. They basically said, we do not want
there was no rebellion. There was no rebellion. If there was a rebellion, the government should have fallen. By your logic, 3 days ago, I was on your channel. I was told the government is falling. And I told you then, play the bites. The government will not fall.
Sure.
Then how can the rebellion how can it be a rebellion that did not lead to a government falling? You're contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not contradicting myself. Had there been no rebellion, there would have been a peaceful CLP meeting. And then that one-line resolution would have been passed. MLAs would not have, hired a bus, gone to the speaker, and said that we are going to resign. Things have changed.
And did anyone resign?
The point is there was discomfort. Now, whether Ashok Gehlot engineered it or they did it on their own is the debating point. We'll never know. Anyway, the thing is, according to the playbook, and that's why I put this graphic of the playbook, Lalita ji. The playbook is that first there was a revolt, then there was an apology for the revolt, distancing from the revolt, then accepting that yes, I could not do this, and because I could not get a grip over my party, I will not fight the national, Congress president election. I will go back. Thus, removing the possibility of any vacancy.
I'm not from the Congress, so to me and to many other non-Congress people, it looks like a farce. Who
you
guided
think this
the
is a farce?
Who directed it? Yes.
And Gujarat was democracy.
It appears like that.
Gujarat was democracy.
Let me finish.
No, Lalita ji. If it looks like a farce, what was Gujarat?
Just because I'm in Congress, it doesn't mean you have the right to jump in and try shove your opinion down.
I don't jump in anywhere, but when you say it looks like a farce,
one by one. Please, Tessin, one by one. I've understood. Tessin, I've understood the point that you're making.
Why are you so afraid to hear somebody else's opinion about your party? Let me finish. According to me, as a non-Congressee, it seems like a farce. Why Gehlot did what he did, what you have described in fair detail, Sanket, only he knows. But it is possible he may have lost a little favor in the eyes of their much-wanted central leadership. It is possible it's not. Now it looks like it's going to be Shashi Tharoor versus Digvijay, but now we hear Mukul Wasnik's name. So even that entire, what is supposed to be a contest, I really don't know what's going to happen. I don't think anybody does but the Gandhis. Obviously, they need a loyalist, which they will get, which is how the Congress party is run. Regardless of what other parties are run or not, the Congress party certainly runs like that. I don't know whether the loyalists were asked to support Gehlot, not support Pilot. We don't know. And as you pointed out, Sachin Pilot is currently meeting with Sonia Gandhi. So let's see what happens there.
Okay, now Lalita Kumaramangalam, the point that Tessin was making, maybe you could answer now. He's saying that at least there is conversation and negotiation here as opposed to what happened in Uttarakhand, as opposed to what happened in Gujarat. That people did not even know the whole cabinet was wiped off.
The last 5 or 6 BJP presidents, national presidents, we had Jana Krishnamurthy, we had Atalji, we had Advaniji, we had Nitinji, we had Venkaiah Naidu, we had Rajnath Singh. So it's not as if everything is being pushed down the throat by a couple of people, which is how the Congress
but Lalita Kumaramangalam,
the BJP.
JP Nadda will get an extension. There was no election to the post of the president. There was a selection.
Yes, because the BJP, the rule book says that a president can be there for 2 terms, not more than that. So obviously we are going into elections in about 7-8 months in 2 big states. Probably they didn't want to change the president now itself. And it's not necessary that only Modi and Amit Ji who wanted that. It's possible that all the other...
because I'm run out of time.
Sanjay ji, my question was on the chief minister. She's answering on the president. Did the chief minister know he's kicked out?
It is about
Did the chief minister know he's kicked out?
Seems to have become in the public. The post or the contest for Congress president in the public's eyes is now almost looking like a farce, unfortunately. I
think we'll have to wait for a couple of days, as mentioned by Mr. K.C. Venugopal, to know whether there is going to be a change. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Whether there will be a change at the top, at the helm in Rajasthan. Will there be a new chief minister, or has Gehlot actually played by some sort of a playbook? Good night and goodbye.